How nitrate contamination and drought disproportionately affect disadvantaged communities in the Central Valley, California. The Central Valley is the most productive agricultural region in the U.S., and there are many orchards, fields, and dairy operations throughout the valley, including around Modesto. The fields and animal operations are all large sources of nitrate contamination. When it is raining or when crops are irrigated, excess nitrate not used by crops is carried from the soil down into groundwater. This way, nitrate and other contaminants from the surface and soil can enter the aquifer. It moves through the soil into the groundwater and then travels horizontally with the groundwater. This way, the pollution moves with the water. Many people throughout the Central Valley and in the area surrounding Modesto are not connected to public water systems, but instead have a household well. These wells are often much shallower than the more expensive irrigation wells. Pumping of wells pulls water and pollution towards the well and causes a drawdown in the water table. As a household well continues to be pumped, contaminated water can be pulled into the well and up to the surface where it is used for drinking, cleaning, and bathing. In addition to contamination, communities relying on household wells face additional threats to their water supplies. As many wells continue to pull groundwater to the surface, a drawdown area around the wells lowers the water table. With many wells, the effect is multiplied. When there is not enough groundwater recharge occurring because of overpumping, drought, or both, the water table can get so low that household wells can no longer reach it. Many, but not all household wells throughout the Central Valley, including around Modesto, have been found to contain contamination, and a number of household wells have gone dry during times of drought. The California Rural Legal Assistance has been engaged in the CV SALTS process. The CV SALTS program is initiated by the Central Valley Water Board. It is a collaborative initiative among business, government, and community organizations to address nitrate and salt accumulation affecting water supplies.
So CRLA's mission is to fight for justice alongside the most vulnerable populations. Goals for CRLA are to ensure that community residents, especially low-income community residents, have access to clean water, water that's safe to drink, that's affordable, and that they have a say in the decisions that are being made that will affect them and their access to water.
The California Rural Legal Assistance has been partnering with Iris Stewart Fry from the Environmental Justice and the Common Good Initiative at Santa Clara University and her students to better understand if and how nitrate contamination and drought affect disadvantaged communities.
We have conducted analysis, mapping, and interpretation on water contamination for the Modesto and Tulare management zones, priority basins for the CV SALTS process. These maps support advocacy for science-based water policy to reduce the impacts of nitrate contamination and drought. We would like to show you an example. The California Water Boards maintain the GAMMA database, a database of groundwater contaminants from several different sources, giving access to well test results from over 290,000 wells in California. We have extracted the information for shallow wells for the past 10 years. Here, we are plotting what percentage of the time a well tested above 75% of maximum contaminant level, or MCL. MCL is the highest allowable level of a contaminant in drinking water as set by the EPA. For nitrate, the MCL is 10 milligrams per liter. So we are plotting what percentage of the well tests for nitrate are above 7.5 milligrams per liter. The deep red color shows wells that tested above the MCL in all instances. The orange and yellow colors show wells that tested above the MCL some of the time. Next, we created an interpolation map. meaning that we took the mean values from the wells and estimated what the concentrations must be like in between the wells and the surrounding aquifer. And this is the resulting map. Deep red areas show where it is highly likely that nitrate concentrations are above the MCL. Because high nitrate concentrations are particularly worrisome in communities where people are not connected to public water systems, mostly in unincorporated areas and particularly in disadvantaged unincorporated areas, we overlaid the location of unincorporated and disadvantaged unincorporated areas over the nitrate concentration map. We can see that locations here would be of particular concern.
The analysis, interactive maps, animations, and other materials are used for education and outreach by our community partners. Our joint work builds capacity for advocating for policy changes with a goal to help secure equal access to safe and sufficient water for everyone.